Today I'm going to show you how to make a noise texture background in Photoshop, step by step, so you can create a clean, grainy look for posters, thumbnails, social media graphics, or any design that needs a little extra depth. This is a super useful technique because it adds instant character without making your background look messy or overdone. And if this tutorial helps you out, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more Photoshop tips and design tutorials. Let's jump in. First, we need a base color layer. Open your Photoshop document and look at the Layers panel. At the bottom, click the New Adjustment layer icon, which looks like a half-filled circle. From the menu, choose Solid Color. Now pick your background color. For a noise texture background, dark grays, muted browns, deep blues, or jewel tones usually work really well because the grain shows up in a more subtle, ishalish way. Once you've chosen the color, click OK to apply it. Now that we have our foundation, we need to create a separate layer for the noise. This part is important because Photoshop's noise filters can't be applied properly to a completely transparent layer or directly onto an adjustment layer. So, at the bottom of the Layers panel, click the Create a New Layer icon. You can name this layer Noise Texture so it stays organized. After that, go up to the top menu and choose Edit, then Fill. In the Contents dropdown, select 50% gray and click OK. Your canvas will probably turn into a flat gray block, but that's exactly what we want for now. Next, we want to make this editable in a non-destructive way. Right-click on the noise texture layer and choose Convert to Smart Object. This is one of the best parts of the workflow because it gives you flexibility later. If you want to adjust the texture, refine the grain, or change the look without starting over, the Smart Object keeps everything much easier to manage. Now, it's time to generate the noise. Go to the top menu and select Filter, then Noise, then Add Noise. A settings panel will appear, and this is where the texture starts to come to life. For amount, start somewhere between 3% and 10%. If you push it too high, the effect can start to look like TV static, so for a subtle paper grain or film grain background, keep it on the lower end. For distribution, choose Gaussian. This gives you a more natural and organic randomness instead of a pattern that feels too digital. And very important, check the monochromatic box. If you leave that off, Photoshop will add colored red, green, and blue noise, which usually isn't what you want for a clean texture background. Once those settings are in place, click OK. At this point, you'll probably see a gray static block sitting on top of your background, and that may look a little rough right now. Don't worry, because the next step is what blends everything together. In the Layers panel, find the Blend Mode drop-down at the top, where it probably says Normal by default. Change it to Overlay or Soft Light. These blend modes are perfect because they treat 50% gray as invisible while keeping the light and dark speckles of the grain visible on top of your color layer. That means your texture becomes part of the background instead of sitting on top of it like a sticker. If the texture feels too strong, too sharp, or too noticeable, simply lower the opacity of the noise layer. Try around 40% to 60% and see what looks best for your design. This is where you can fine-tune the final look and make it feel polished, soft, and professional. A little grain goes a long way, so the goal is usually to create a texture you feel more than you see, and that's it. You've just made a noise texture background in Photoshop. You can use this technique for minimalist designs, cinematic graphics, album covers, website headers, and even thumbnail backgrounds when you want something that feels less flat and more premium. If you want, you can duplicate the noise layer for a stronger effect, change the base color for different moods, or test other blend modes to see what fits your style best. If this video helped you, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next Photoshop tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.